huge team of helpers has been rounded up for today's operation.
This is a big move. We've got a big croc, very dangerous, especially for us, but also for the croc. It needs to happen smooth. It's high alert, and we need to be careful at every stage.
All right, so everyone's ready? All right.
All right, guys. Dave, Chris and I go into Bluey's yard, and he's nowhere to be seen. Just watch that rope, eh? Bang! There's Bluey. He's out, and he's right into position. Whoa! That first rope needs to go on now. We need to have our wits about us because a croc like this, make a mistake, you only get one chance.
Are you back on that, Tim?
Yep.
Pull back.
Some of it.
The massive beast is using all his 500 kilos to resist efforts to get him out of his pond.
It's gonna roll.
Okay, just hold it there, keep the tension on.
Let him roll.
Perfect.
Keep a bit of slack, guys.
Tim has been asked to help move the 5-metre monster to the new crocodile park.
This is where it gets hard. Bluey's got the first rope on and he's thrashing about. All we can do is try and hold on, but he's way too strong for us.
Right, now
Let him roll. A bit of slack.
It's an epic struggle.
Let him roll.
The angry croc wants to retreat back into his pond.
Hold up, boys, not too much on him.
Then suddenly he starts heading straight for the fence.
just keep the pressure.
Jeez. Bluey has the ropes on and he's doing big death rolls. And he hits the fence, bites it and rolls into it. He's that powerful. This is a problem because if he can't get himself unstuck, I don't know what we do.
In the struggle to free himself, the giant croc is now also using up too much energy.
Big crocs like this can build up lactic acid. That can kill them. That happens because they struggle and they stress out. Do you want us to give him a bit of slack for a sec?
Yeah. Just a little bit, yeah.
Little bit of slack on.
The team is running out of time. They now have just precious seconds to try to release the agitated croc.
This needs to be fast. If Bluey overheats, he'll die.
Come on. There we go.
There we go.
In Broome, gigantic croc Bluey is gradually untangling himself from a perimeter fence.
Rightio, pull away.
The massive 5-metre croc is being relocated to a larger wildlife park.
With a bit of encouragement, thankfully, Bluey unrolls himself and it's game on.
Okay, hold the tension on there.
Yeah. We'll let him turn, eh? That's it.
Perfect. I want to try and keep him off the fence, so give him a little bit of slack.
A little bit more, a little bit more.
Hold on, just hold your ground.
Now it's all hands on deck. Keep that pressure on Bluey. There's a few of us working in and around him. If the guys don't keep the pressure on, he's going to whack one of us.
Okay, Pete, you got your advertise? Perfect.
Finally, Bluey is subdued. The team needs to quickly tape up his lethal jaws before they inflict any damage.
Once his jaws are restrained, then we take a little breath because he can't bite anymore. Happy?
Snap it off, mate. Perfect.
Now we've got the jaws secured. The main thing we've got to watch out for is when Bluey rolls or thrashes that tail about. He can break your leg, pop your knee, really easy.
Put a couple of you on the tail, a couple grab the legs.
You have to give us a hand here on this one, mate. You got that one? Let's work on that one first.
Fair enough.
Bluey won't stay quiet for long, so Tim and the team need to keep moving.
Crocodiles expend energy and they need a little bit of time to reboot. So by moving him quickly, we're hoping to avoid that point where he's able to build up fresh energy and become a problem. Rightio.
Ready? One,
grab hold, Pete. Go. Pull. That's it. Perfect. Turn him a bit.
That went well. He bowled himself up in the fence for a minute, but he came right back out. Good capture.
Okay, stop. Perfect.
Now we need to move quick and get him to his new home before that lactic acid builds up, because that can really hurt him. That went well, Dave?
Yeah, so far so good. Okay, fellas.
Right in the middle there.
Now this is a bit that's really going to test your mettle. Like I said, he's a very heavy animal, so lift safely, bend at the knees.
In Broome, Big Bluey is about to put Tim and the team to the toughest test of them all.
1, 2, 3. Swing a bit lighter, Big.
The 500-kilo heavyweight is being moved to the truck that will take him to the new park site.
Shuffle, shuffle, that's it. Even though we're all prepared and ready for the lift, it's still caught everyone by surprise. The immense weight of Bluey is a real struggle. Okay, and down.
No toes. Glad we had a few extra people.
The road trip to Bluey's new home is just 16 kilometres, but every minute he stays restrained is critical.
I'm sure he's stressing out. He's probably wondering what's going on. It's been a long time since he's had ropes on him and been captured, and our whole operation, of course, is to minimise that stress to him.
Got a mattress for under his chest, just to stop the vibration. Now the crane lifts Bluey onto the truck, and we put some wet blankets on him and a shade structure because we've got a 15-minute journey to Bluey's new home. We need to move fast. If Bluey overheats, he'll die. That's a confident croc.
Yeah, exactly. So it went pretty well. I was pretty happy.
In Broome, Bluey is finally on his way to his new pond at the relocated Crocodile Park.
Now he's heading home.
Oh, I'm glad for that. The release? Well, that could be a different story. Yep.
Tim is desperate to get the 500-kilo croc back into the water, so unloading has to get underway as quickly as possible.
Let's get him off. When we let Bluey go, we want to see that he's full of energy. If he's not, and he's lethargic, and he just sits there, that's an indication that he's exhausted. We want to see a firecracker. That means he's got plenty of energy, and this was a success. We'll point his head right at the water.
The dangerous release is creating plenty of interest.
We've all braced ourselves ready. We just need to get those ropes off quickly, safely, and get out of his way. Right, Tim, we're going to get cracking on this?
Yep.
Okay. So his legs are free? Right.
What's that tail?
My stomach has butterflies. Dave is going to cut all the ropes, cut all the tape, some people will be on Bluey, and my job is last rope. I'll have the only rope that's holding his jaws shut, so when everything else is gone, I'll hold on tight, and hopefully it unwraps. Hold him. Whoop, whoop.
Hold him, guys, hold him.
This is where someone can get seriously hurt.
All right, clear off. Get back.
Back behind me, Rocco. If Bluey doesn't stick to the plan, as soon as he can feel freedom, whack, he's up. He's okay.
Once he gets a look at that water, he should just walk straight in. It's pleasing to see Bluey have some sort of energy. We know then that he hasn't built up a great deal of lactic acid in his body.
Here we go.
Go on, big boy.
Keep going.
Bluey's finally in. It's been a big day.
It's a real thrill, a real buzz to finally move him. He is a great crocodile, very dynamic. He's great on tour, and it'd be good to see him back on tour and, of course, pleasing the crowd.
Well, he's happy, mate.
Yeah, no, that went pretty well. I'm happy with that too.
He was cheeky.
Oh, yeah. Caught us a little unawares at the end there, but yeah, still went well though.
What a day. A 5-metre saltwater crocodile, captured and successfully removed. That's a good day in my book.
One of the keepers has seen some unusual activity down at the alligator lagoon. I'd better check it out. Alligators are nest builders, and my guess is that this mum is rebuilding her nest after laying her eggs through the night. The thing is, she's 3 weeks early. We weren't expecting this at all. It's caught us a little off guard, if I'm honest. She's lucky she was caught in the act. We've forecast a 40-degree day today, and that's not good for the eggs. Temperatures here are way above what gators would experience at laying time in their native environment. I'm going to have to take action. There's no other way around it. We've got to raid that nest. 40 degrees, a protective mother, and to top it all off, we've got a lagoon full of hungry alligators. Righto, we got Obes, Mick, Kyle. This is no easy job. I've called in the troops. We're going to need all hands on deck if this is to go smoothly before the heatwave strikes. So, all good? All good. Righto, let's go. We've got 2 issues here. We've got mum and eggs, and we've got a hot day. That means the other 40 alligators, they want food and they want it bad. They're aggressive. All right, beauty. Everyone in. Gators are strong, and she's a big gator. We got to move fast. It's cramped, it's quite tight. That's why she's put the nest there. She can defend it, makes our life hard. Whoa! I need to get a rope around her jaws and keep them sharp. She's protective of that nest, and so she should be. But if we don't intervene, the eggs will perish. Go and grab the back, mate. Okay, Mike, grab with Obes, lift her up a bit. We want her away from the water. Yeah, mate. Kyle, jump on too, mate. Okay, ready, boys? 1, 2, 3. That's it. Go. Feet up.
Make it quick.
Good. Ready?
No worries.
Go. Okay, let's get into that nest. When you capture them like this, if they struggle and tense up for too long, that can cause a lactic acid build-up and that can be fatal. Look at that. Whoops. Hold it. Right, mate? She's a big female, very strong. And that's what she's trying to defend. Unfortunately, if we leave them in here, not going to make it past today. With temperatures on the rise, everyone's feeling the heat. This operation is intense. We've got a defensive female, we've got reptiles on a 40-degree day. That means they are hot-blooded. Their batteries are charged and they're going to be charging. Okay, well, that's the last egg. Let's get off her, hey, and let her go. I think it was hard catching, Mum. Imagine letting her go.
She's got them back legs kicked in.
Go, Mick. Right, Kyle gone. Mickey, 1, 2, 3, go. Righto, boys, come on down. The thing is, if one's laid, there's a pretty good chance one of the other girls has as well.
Bit abnormal to be doing it during the day.
And she hasn't laid, hey, because she's not in attack mode. She's nesting.
Still getting it ready, yeah.
The next nest, I've decided not to do. The female's showing some signs that she's still in nesting mode and hasn't laid her eggs. Well, maybe tomorrow, eh, but we'll leave her alone today.
Righto.
If I was to catch her and she hasn't laid the eggs, I could crush them inside her. That can kill her. As I feared, we've got another one, and the position's worse than the last. We've got a defensive, aggressive mum, and we've got 40 alligators that have a very easy opportunity with this one to come straight out of the water right where we're working. For everyone that's not a mum, they just think it's feed time. Back up a little, Dino. Watch the gators behind you, mate. Okay, we right? Obes, you on the water? Ralphie, on that rope, please. Keep pulling that rope forward tight. Mike, stay on her. Just make sure, she'll do a good run, mate. Keep a bit of pressure on that, Jimbo. Obes, you got her? All right, I'm gonna grab some eggs, boys. I got 2 guys on the gator. I'm just about to go and check the eggs, and then it happens.
Just because she's got 3 feet.
Back up. Dino, everyone must know their roles right now because there's gators everywhere. Back up. Kyle and Mick, Obes on the water. Back up, crew. It's warm. Now, the whole reason for building a nest is because they need a constant temperature of between 31 and 32 degrees for the eggs to hatch. Any colder or hotter, they die. Problem here is that our sun's just too hot and they overheat. That's warm. Okay, I'm gonna get them out now, nice and quick. Geez, I don't like them there.
They're quick, them little ones, oh, they catch you off guard.
Whoop, stop her, Obes, she's a little one. I don't like the little ones. They think it's feed time and they're coming up. Problem is, we're left with 2 blokes on 1 gator, defenceless. If gators get through us, they're gonna grab them. That's the last egg. Righto, that's it, guys. Hey, finished now. We gotta keep moving. We do not want to keep that female down, and we've got hungry gators everywhere. Even step back, 1, 2, 3, go. Righto, mate, I'm getting out of here. Good release. That was dangerous, exciting, and the eggs are safe. Well, it's time to set the eggs up. Now I need some water. I don't want the eggs sitting in water. I just need it really humid in there. So this material will keep the eggs up. Let's fill the bottom up with water. Okay, that's pretty good. And now careful does it with our precious cargo. People think it's cruel to remove the eggs, but we must. Our temperature here is just not suitable. They will not survive. You know what? Even if they did, alligators are cannibals. A high-density population like that, they'd all be eaten. This way, we ensure they do survive. Now to a temperature-controlled room. That's really important. All right, well, that's it. But set your clock because in 60 days' time, we're going to have some baby gators. It's been 9 weeks since our little gator eggs were laid. Any day now, they're due to hatch. It could be today. There we go. Look at that. Listen to that. That's not something you want to hear in the wild. That means mum's coming. I'm your mum for today. Come on, I'll help you out. You've all hatched well. And those little cries for help, they call out to mum. And when mum hears that, she would go up to the nest, dig it up, she picks up the babies so gently in her mouth and she carries them down to the water. And that's what I'm replicating here. A quick rinse and now they're ready for the next stage of their life. Hello, little fella. You're tiny and you're white. Look how small he is. You can be Harry the hatchling. You're going to need a bit of extra care, hey, mate. Look how white he is. And my guess would be if he was in the wild, he'd be the first one to get eaten. He's a very vulnerable little fella, but luckily, we can look after him. Hey, mate, it's your lucky day. In you go. Look at you guys, ready to go. Here's your new home. You ready to go in? The baby gators will be in this little enclosure for about a year. And after a year, they'll maybe be 40 centimetres long, at which point they need to be moved up a grade in cage. And it's a very slow process because they're not at maturity until about maybe 10 to 20 years old. Here we go. This is what it's all about. Remember, if they were left in the nest, they'd have all died. Now look at them. Listen to the calls. Even in here, they're still calling for mum. They know now this is their home, this is where they're going to live, and they're just checking that I'm still here. But there's one little guy who's reluctant to go. Now, you guys don't pick on Harry, please. Hey, what, you want to stay with me? You want to stay with me, righto? You stay... There you go. See you guys. I'll bring you some food a bit later.
Have you seen him this morning already?
I saw him at Mr. Skinny, and he just went up just enough to annoy him. And there was a big...
Testing the boundaries.
Oh, yeah. Obie and I are investigating some trouble that's been brewing in the Gator Lagoon. Brutus is as big as this boat.
That's a little bit scary.
Brutus is our rowdy teenager. He started harassing the females and fighting the older male gators for territory. Right. Most of the time they get along and there's a real social hierarchy from big boys right down to tiny little hatchlings. Now, Brutus is at that point in his life where he's ready to become top dog. He's a teenage gator turning into a man. And because the rest of our gators are old, he sees an opportunity to take over. Ah, that's our gator. Look, he's just sitting there, standing his ground, doesn't want to move. Everyone else is scattered and the king's just holding his ground. We're at a point where either we take Brutus out and we put him in the naughty corner, or we're going to have to remove all of our old boys.
What's the plan? Try and lure him out up on the bank?
Yeah, go for a bit of food and rope him.
It's a little bit terrifying being this close in such a little boat to a big head. If he comes forward...
You've got a paddle, mate.
I'm not going to be able to stop him.
You've got a paddle. This is all to do with territory and girls. There's room for everyone in the lagoon. The problem is that Brutus wants the best site. Look at him, king of the pond. His back's out, his head's up. Sure, there's a spot that he could slot into, but he wants one of those best locations where the girls want to be. Gators are cold-blooded. They'll do anything not to exert energy before they've warmed up in the sun. So we'll come back in an hour or so with some tasty tucker. Righto, mate, we'll see you in a little while. Chickens. The lure.
Right.
Yeah, there's some extra rope.
Beauty. We're confident 2 of us are going to be enough.
No, but I've got a little plan. Brutus is a gator in the prime of his life. That means he's full of testosterone and ready to fight. The danger has gone to level 10.
Yep, we've got everything.
Yeah, this is everything. If we don't take Brutus out now, what we face is a lot of injuries, a lot of stressed out gators, and it'll end in death. And that's not something that we want to happen. Tim to Kyle?
Yes, Tim.
Mate, why don't you pop out backside of the Gator Lagoon?
No problem, Tim. I'll be straight there.
Kyle's worked with gators, but not like Brutus.
Jeez, he's quick.
Hey, mate.
Hey, Tim, hey, Abs, what's going on?
We got a treat for you today.
Oh, what's going on?
Kyle doesn't know it yet, but this rookie keeper is going to get his first lesson in gator wrangling.
So let's just have a bit of a chat about what's going to happen. How you feeling?
Bit nervous, but keen to give it a try.
So just for a warm-up, let's see how Kyle gets on with an old three-legged female.
So we don't want her to think there's food, so we just want you to move her out. So all you're going to do is give her a bit of a tap. Come on, come on. And once she turns, nothing hard, just a gentle...
Just a tap, yep.
Yeah, that's it, mate. She's good.
Come on, sweetheart, on tripod. With the little ones, around the metre size, I have handled a bit, but ones this size, not very much experience at all. So we should see how it goes.
That's a warm-up, mate. She's a three-legged old gator.
She's this nice slow one, is she?
She's no Brutus.
All right. Oh.
Brutus is a cranky gator in his prime, and whilst he's in that water, that's his domain. He's got the upper hand.
That's him coming in. On land, it's us against Brutus, and we got a good chance. That's when we can get him.
Just watch them little ones, mate.
Stay in there, please. Hey, not you we're after today. Thank you. There you go. Yeah, I love you too. In terms of dangerous jobs here at the park, this is right up there. We've got a critter with one of the strongest jaw pressures on Earth. And this is a male in the prime of his life. Take this. Oh.
Hey, watch out.
Come on. This is Brutus. Come on. That's a gator all the way up. Come on. Good. That's good. Kyle, jump on. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Kyle, you keep that tension on. Obes and I are going to go around. You're right, mate. 1, 2, 3. Obes, on. You hold him, mate. Wrap it around that tree, buddy. Mate, can you tie that off? Yep.
I'd like to know what's behind us, mate.
Yeah, Kyle will give us a yell. I'm just going to smother him, mate. You boys have just got to be ready to jump on. Okay. There we go. You get ready to jump, because he's just going to roll with me. Okay, he's going. You get Kyle on, jump on, mate. Let Obes work there for a minute and just jump on, just smother him, mate. That's it. How you going with the feet, mate?
Very heavy, eh? They're twice the size of my hands.
If he rolls, mate, you just get your foot out from under him. Don't keep it under there or you'll snap it. Okay. Geez, that's a big head. You right, mate?
Yeah, mate.
He's a good boy.
It looks like we're winning the battle with Brutus. For a first-timer, Kyle is doing well, but there's some way to go before the job's done.
Not so tough now, hey, buddy. Not so tough now. Ooh.
Bit of commotion.
Maybe that was a celebration of the removal of Brutus. Gators are big and strong, but in a time like this when you're capturing them, they're also pretty vulnerable. If they struggle too much, they can get a lactic acid build-up, and that can be fatal. It can happen very, very quickly. So we need Brutus to stay calm.
1, 2, 3. That's it, mate. Good job. Again. 1, 2, 3.
Now we just put the tie downs on, mate, to hold him in place. Once we've caught Brutus, we've then got a bit of time just sitting there while we're tying his legs up, while we're holding him still. That attracts interest from the other gators. They think it's feed time and they're moving in. Obes, throw us a stick, mate. We got to throw us a stick. We don't want him up. Stay away, buddy. Hey. Stay away.
Watch that little one to your side, mate.
Jules, we're going to need... Guess a lift, Obes. Oh, we're going to need an army of guys to move Brutus, Jules. We're out here now. He's all tied up and you better get Big Johnny.
I'll be there as soon as possible.
Okay, see you soon. Hey, off you go, please. We don't want you up here.
We're on a mission to relocate Brutus here at the Australian Reptile Park.
Off you go, mate. Please. You too.
But not everything is going to plan.
Come on. We've got water points everywhere and gators aren't ambush predators like saltwater crocs, but they're hungry and they're quick, so it's a dangerous mix. Yeah, hopefully our crew arrives in a minute and we can get Brutus out of here.
It's a bit daunting having him sitting there and big male gators right here. Hey, gang, just at the right time, the backup team arrives. We need everyone, all hands on deck, just to lift him, then we've got to move him. Oh, crikey. Hold him. Okay, let's go. I said Brutus was 300 kilos. I reckon he's more than that. We had 8 people on the board and we're still struggling.
Oh, hang on.
Right. We start walking and pretty soon we're in mud, rocks, stepping over trees. We need more help and reinforcements are called in again.
That's it. I'm feeling like hell.
One more. That's it. Okay.
This is a big 400 kilo gator.
Everyone down.
Stupidest thing we've ever decided to do.
What's wrong, Ads?
Oh, I'm a wee bit unfit.
Oh, jeez. This lagoon is not designed for taking big gators out. It's horrible getting them out. Yep, just go easy, mate.
Oh, yeah?
We've got to go over fences and then we've got to take Brutus into the park area, the main park area with all the visitors. And very quickly they swarm. They all want to see Brutus. They come in, had a pat. The kids are saying how soft he is, how big his teeth are. That was a really good moment. All right, guys. Hop on back there. We're going to lift him up now. Ready? 1, 2. Just sit him down, guys. We can slide. That's good, guys. That's enough.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I'll drive you up there. Just sing out if you need anything.
Oh, still lots more fun to come. We've got to go still put him to his new home now, so we'll see how he's going to react to it.
You right, boys?
Oh. We're good to go, mate.
Okay. Hold on. Almost here, boys. Righto, let's get him in his home.
2, 3.
Every available staff member is on this board and things haven't got any easier at the tail end of our journey.
Right, you have to stay right up in that bush there. Guys, there's a big drop-off behind my side here.
Yeah. 2 down.
Okay, up. Keep going. You've got to stay in the bush there, swing it round.
At last, we're at the cooling off pond, which will be Brutus's temporary home.
Okay.
Go down. Go down. Hurry up.
Yeah.
Righto, let's leave him. We'll all jump out and then we'll let him in.
Brutus needs this cooling off period. He's a testosterone-fueled alligator and he's not going to get along with anyone. Only time will tell if he can come back to the lagoon.
The legs are just as easy to untie. Sit on, Croc. Sit on. All right, mouse free.
Yep, off, mate. Good. You right?
I'm off. I'm way back.
Off you go, mate. That's your new pond, buddy. Yeah, I know you're not happy. Everyone else will be. It's going to take the Gators a couple of days to realise that Brutus is not there. He's a real stirrer. They're going to be pretty relieved when that doesn't happen today. See you, mate.
Here at the Australian Reptile Park, cranky alligators are fighting for territorial rights, and it's getting ugly.
Most of the problems are happening because we've got some younger males that are now full size. They're big boys and they're trying to overthrow the older males. Now that can end in some pretty serious injuries and potentially death. When we're on the back of the gator, remember these big boys, they're a few hundred kilos. If they roll on your legs under, it's going to snap, so keep it out of the way. Okay, let's do it.
We have to be able to identify who the troublemakers are. But the problem is, in the water, all the alligators look the same.
The plan is to catch them and put a white mark on each of their tails. And we'll mark the scales in different patterns. And when they swim, their tail sits proud in the water and we can observe who's doing what.
There's a lot of gators in here. To control them all, I'm going to need more manpower than just my usual crew. Lucky for me, the park handyman Dan is around and he's about to get a crash course in alligator safety. It's a baptism of fire for this fresh recruit.
All of these females need to go back in the water, but we'll just do Gator 101.
The fact is, even though Dan's a builder, he needs some experience in this area. Everyone does, because he doesn't need to know how to catch a gator, but he needs to know how to respond if there's an emergency. Tap on here. That's it. Well done, mate. You can use a little bit of force on the nose, okay? And that'll stop him.
You certainly don't get to jump on gators when you're building, that's for sure.
But you have to know Once we start this and they think it's feed time, they're going to come 3 times faster. Come on, come on, come on, a bit more, up.
The first alligator to be lured out is big. And he's angry.
Righto. No surprise who it is. It's Mr. Skinny. He's the oldest and historical dominant gator. Maybe not that case anymore. Good. Okay, up boys. Dan on the rope. Come this side. Mike, you protect us. Oh, a bit more, a bit more. Okay, Mike on with me. Obi, watch water. This is a really dangerous situation. Okay, we're going to take him to that tree. We've got 40 gators and most of them think it's feed time. They have one of the strongest jaw pressures on Earth and we've got the biggest of the big here.
You want a hand?
We need to have our wits about us and just be ready for anything to happen. Coming in thick and fast. Oh, listen to that. The plan is to catch the big gators. And when we get them up close, we can individually identify most of them. But what we need to be able to do is identify them in the water when they're swimming around and causing problems. Start from the top, hey? Yep. Now, the only way to do that is to mark them, and then we'll be able to observe from a distance and find out who the trouble causers are. But they're all coming in. We have to be really aware because this situation can go bad really quick. Right, Mike? You're right, you go. Today, I'm using stationary whiteout. I've used paint in the past on other aquatic animals and the paint takes too long to dry and I'd have to keep the gators on the bank too long and it stays on there for years. I'm hoping the whiteout will dry a bit quicker and wear off in a month or so. Here he comes. Over here, fellas, we might catch him here, hey?
Gator number 2 is huge, with an appetite to match.
Good. Okay, rope. Come, bring him this way, swing this way. Watch him for roll. Whoa, hold him. Come on, mate. Again. This is one of the teenagers, and arguably the biggest gator in the lagoon. So we'll mark him now. The boys have decided we'll call him Stonker, and we get to watch him over the next few weeks.
Stonker doesn't want a paint job, and he's letting us all know about it.
Just be ready, Dan. You can go anytime.
He's sucking in the big breaths, and that means he's getting his energy back. Okay, everyone on. He's going again, he's going again.
It's certainly getting taken out. That's him not too happy with it.
The alligator lagoon has seen some brutal encounters of late, and I've come up with a plan to nail the perpetrators. Stonker's one of our suspects, and after being marked, he's ready for release.
So when it's time to jump off, we've got to do it swiftly and get out of the way because we don't want to get smashed by his tail, we don't want to get smashed by his jaws.
Okay, Dan up. Yep, right to go. Mike, back. 1, 2, 3. We've all jumped. Everyone's waiting for something to happen. 3. And Stonker sits there. He starts to head back to the water and we pop the blindfold off. Job done. Once we know a bit more and we understand who's dominant, who's being picked on, we can then intervene and choose to remove an alligator and put them in a cooling off pond. Okay, well, that's 2. Let's get number 3. That's it. Watch, Bill. Righto, we're on.
We suspect that at least 2 more alligators need to be singled out. But all the commotion is making the animals even more aggressive.
Whack it. Righto, let's get up, boys. All hands on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Mike, let's jump. Blindfold. Guys.
You got him?
Whoop, he's turning. He's not as big as Stonker, but he's bigger than Mr. Skinny. He needs a name. Malcolm in the middle.
Malcolm's telltale battle scars confirm he's one of the ringleaders.
This is a minor injury. We've had gators years gone by that have had really serious lacerations from teeth. That's exactly what we're trying to prevent. This is a good spot to mark, down on the tail, and these are scutes. Now, when they swim, they sit high in the water and we can see them. So by marking them in different sequences, we can individually identify each gator.
Our newest recruit, Park Handyman Dan, has been a real asset. This is no job for the faint-hearted.
Yeah, they didn't look this big when they were swimming in the water, that's for sure.
Okay, we're going to let him go, boys. You right to jump again?
Yeah, ready,
right,
he's going,
you hold it. Mike, off.
That's
That's it, mate. Jeez, he took off. You right? That's Brutus. Heading away from us there. He's actually chasing that other gator off.
With 3 down, we've left the meanest till last. Brutus is a repeat offender who has a reputation for being a handful.
Brutus, a few years ago, was sent to the naughty corner.
3 up.
We had to catch him, similar to this here, take him out and put him in a cooling off pond for spring and summer.
That wasn't easy.
Reintroduce him in autumn once it had cooled down. See you later. He's a lot bigger than he used to be. He's grown, not in length, but size. Whoa. I know he used to be a cheeky teenager. I'm wondering now if he's the king of this lagoon. Watch out, boys. Got him?
Which way are we going to
All
go
right,
with it?
let's...
Just seconds after we finally managed to get Brutus, the biggest and baddest of them all. He escapes.
Plan B is to head out in the boat. Let's go fishing. They're hanging around the edges where it's shallow enough that we believe we can get a noose underwater and around the gator's head. Then we throw the rope into our mates, hold on for dear life and get him ashore.
This situation has escalated. We are now on Brutus's home turf.
Rather than the moon.
Hold on, back pedal. That's him. Whee! Oh. Okay, go. We've hooked one. I think it's Brutus, can't be sure. He's given us an awful fight. All I can think about is get the rope to Mike, He's all yours, mate. Let's get in. Righto, hang on, we're coming. 1, 2. Okay, that'll do. Biggest by far, hey? We're dealing with a serious gator here. Everyone on.
Do it, Dan.
I've made a bit of a mess down here, boys. This fella's been marked everywhere. Righto, he's done. Right. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Not a bad day at the office.
That's 4 caught. But there is no doubt Big Brutus is the biggest gator. Whether he's the crankiest gator is something we'll find out in the next few weeks.